the beat back.
Hey guys, this is Access Avenue. I'm Gabrielle Symone, and today I am sitting down with Theary, fashion model and fashion designer. How are you today?
I'm doing really well.
You look beautiful, by the way. I love the colors. So what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it, and I want to kind of get to know your background a little bit.
Okay.
So clearly, it's kind of hard to really pick out your ethnicity.
I get it a lot. Hawaiian, Pacific Islander, half black, and sometimes Asian.
What is your ethnicity?
I'm Cambodian.
Okay.
That's my background. 100%. That's it.
Wow.
I think it's being in the South that got a little bit of the curvaceous side of me, but I've always been pretty full figure. But I'm 100% Cambodian.
So where are you originally from? I know you're not from Atlanta. So.
Right. I moved here about 7.5 years ago from Oregon.
Wow.
Nothing's there.
Right?
Right. You say wow because there's nothing else to say. Like really, it's a lovely place to like retire. You know?
Yeah.
But really my family's there and that's all I go back for. After high school, I went to school for 2 years at Oregon State and I just was like, you know what? There's nothing I can do out here. No matter if I go to school for any type of degree, what do I do in meantime to network or to develop a career outside of college? I'm gonna have to leave anyway. So I didn't want to waste time. So
that makes
up and
sense.
left at 19 and came here and I've been here since.
Wow. So what were you studying at Oregon State?
The same, apparel design.
Okay.
I did that and then when I transferred from Oregon State to Clark Atlanta University is where I am alone from. So I graduated from there and I have a dual degree, which is still fashion design and business marketing.
Wow. So talented, educated. Not
trying.
afraid to like step out.
No,
most people would not move. Some people like leave, like go to like a next, like the next Yoga maybe or something. But to go all the way across
a 6-hour plane ride to go home.
Wow.
So that makes it just less and less every year. It's sad, but it's like you have to make those decisions to hopefully go back and help your family later.
So does your family support you wholeheartely?
They do. They didn't at first, and it's not because they didn't. It's because they didn't know. And I think that's what it came down. When you're not familiar with that type of field, they're not like, okay, well, what do you want to do with that? Or it's not really secure or stable. And they're Asian, so they're going to be a doctor, maybe. I was like, no. You want to be a pharmacist? No. And it's one of those things I took a chance. And now that I've been out and they see I've been doing okay by myself for 7.5 years, they're like, I think she'll be okay. So they still love me. They want me to go back home if I could, but they know that I have to be here. So they support me.
So growing up and you being of not like really like white and black and different ethnicities, were you ever bullied in school?
It wasn't because of my race.
So
it was because of these hips and these thighs, and I was overweight probably since the 4th grade.
Okay.
So it really came down to that. It was not the color of my skin, but the size of my clothes.
So did that change your attitude or really change your mood throughout teenage years?
It did, and I think there's different ways to go is isolate yourself, you know what I mean, not talk to anybody, go home and be really insecure and cry, or become the domination bully. You know what I mean? And I think that's what happened to me, was that I was like, oh, I don't care, I like how I look. And it was really not because I did, but if I beat them to the punch, they're not going to say anything mean to me. And I think that kind of made my personality, and I mean, it's watered down now, you know what I mean? But that's, I think, initially got me to be kind of the go-getter of like, wasn't scared, once taking that tact of being, made fun of and teased about my size and not having boyfriends or people wanting to date or whatever, I was like, I don't need a guy. I'm good, and I think that's what we have now, and I think that's what I've transitioned to as just being aware of being around curvy women, is that I don't need a guy and I'm good. And it's like, you do. We need a man, There's nothing wrong with saying I like to date and I like to do that, but I think that's what happened with me is that it got to that point where just wanted to be in control, and that was the take I took, was being kind of the bullier type person, but I think, of course, I humbled myself and kind of watered that down now. But
so with your fashion design, is it Youtheary?
It's Youtheary.
Youtheary.
Yeah. Youtheary Khmer. So it was so funny because that's my real name, right?
Okay.
And my mother changed it in 3rd grade. I don't know. And so in kindergarten, there's this guy named Christopher, I'll always remember. No one could pronounce my name, you know, Youtheary Khmer. They'd have to kind of break it down. But he would call me from like the classroom and be like, "Yo, Terry, come here." And like that's how we like. And everyone's like, "What?" They're like, "Her name, Youtheary Khmer." They're like, but if you say it fast, it's like it doesn't sound like if you break it down, it's like, "Yo, Terry, come here."
I like that.
And that's how I always would tell people, because you know, going into shows, they're like, "How do you pronounce this?" I was like, "Okay." So I'm writing down each word next to it in parentheses, you know, and no one really gets it, but
but that's your heritage.
It's Kimberly, and that's the background, and I didn't feel the need to change it because I figure the best of the best international designers don't change their name. They'll learn it.
So 3 words to describe yourself.
I would say creative. I think I take a lot of chances on things, so I don't think that's a word. Risk taker.
Or spontaneous.
Yeah, something like that. Like, I don't really plan out like a lot of goals. And I'd say for myself, I'm very like humble as far as loyalty with people. You know, I'm not really always the loudest person in the group ever. I'm usually the quiet one that's just kind of observing everything.
I noticed that when I first met you at Evolution of Curves, when you came in, everybody noticed you, but you didn't say anything. And so when I observe people, I think that's really impressive, because sometimes, of course, the loudest person in the room
has not a lot to say.
I think I'm ready. Been locked up in the house way too long. It's